Okay, we'll do this again. The Facebook have some weird stuff going on. There's something that, so I couldn't read your what you guys were writing, so I had to push some button, and I did, and everything just kind of vanished. So here I am again, and I'll wait a couple seconds. Now I see somebody coming on. Okay, you guys, now we are on the right way. Hello, 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 everybody. Friday Night Fever. Can you guys give me thumbs up if I'm like on a correct way? Awesome, awesome. What's up, people? The question for today is, what is love? You guys already wrote something on my question under, you know, the song Hathaway. That's moi Pirkko, moi Tiina, everybody. Hi, hi, hi. So what is love? I mean, big thing, big stuff, big questions, big thinking. Good thinking for what is this? Friday Night Fever, yes. Now I'm on the correct way. Thank you. So you guys, what is love? What is love? What is love? Somebody, you can type here whatever your thoughts are, and I'm gonna then tell you what I think love is. I mean, it's everything. It's everything that glues everything together. Hello, darling, from USA, Claudia. Ooh. Love is the thing that glues everything together. People were writing, love is animals, love is horses, love is self-growth, love is consciousness, love is music, other people, love is, there's like, it's everything. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately, since it's almost getting to be a I say it cliche that everybody talks about it and everybody's got their own view, and everybody tells you that you know, you have to love yourself, which is the thing I think I'm gonna talk first, because for me it's been the most difficult thing like forever. So it is it's not easy. It's not easy. I'll tell you something. Ingela had a workshop like a little while ago, and she did an exercise, and she's done that thing for me a couple times before. She took me in front of the mirror and said, stood next to me and hold her hands on my shoulders, and she said that, Michael, look in the mirror and say out loud, I love you, Michael. So I'm looking at the mirror, I'm already tearing up, and I'm like, it's not coming out, it's not coming out, it's not coming out, and then suddenly came out, and so came the tears. So it is so hard, you guys, to go from saying it to really understanding it, and then go even go closer and say it in your mind, and look at yourself and say it, and tell yourself that I love you. And I think all of us cried. So what does that mean? What does it mean to me? What does it mean to love myself? I don't know if I'm still completely there, completely, fully, but at least I give myself some slack. Hi there, you girl in Riippukeino. We're gonna talk to you later. Hi Sarah, we miss you guys so much. We miss our family. Okay, family is love, family. I'm gonna go to loving yourself. Everybody, it's important. It's hard. I'm an example of a person that really did not love herself and loved everybody else. But anyway, family is love. I love my family dearly, and it's not always the blood family. I love my family in Costa Rica. There's so many friends and people there that I feel that they're my family. There's family in USA, there's family in Spain, there's family in England, there's family like all over the place. And I mean, I see the hearts flowing. There's like my sister Claudia. I've never met, but I know that we're like almost twins, I feel. So anyway, it's really important that you find yourself family to love. Like, if your close family is that the real blood family, is not family that you hang out or you feel like sharing your life with them, or they are not supportive or anything, you need to find yourself another family. You have to find your soul family. And now we are living the time, by the way, see my cup, failure is not an option. This is the way I used to think about myself all the time. So anyway, you have to figure out how you can find people that can support you, that can support you regardless of where you're at in your life. Like, to love the dark side. And that's, for me, it's been like, I used to be the hardest of the freaking moron to myself. I hated myself. I absolutely loved everybody else. I loved my students. I loved my partner. I loved my animals. I loved everybody else but Michael. And I thought that I have to do everything. One thing that I thought is, I thought that the more I do for other people, more I try pleasing them, the more they're gonna love me, and easier my life is gonna get. And it was absolutely the contrary. It was it was like not the case. Absolutely not. More I tried to please people, the more I was stepping on my own toes and being hard on myself. And if I didn't get acknowledged that I'd done something or whatever, and then I was even harder on myself, that you stupid ass, you didn't do it, correctly, and you didn't do, enough for things like that. So that's what I what I used to be, and how I used to think about these things. And so many of us do that, and it's like. Well, I love Anita Moriani's message about dying and coming back and all that, but you don't have to die to realize that you're worth everything. You're worth as much as any other people are worth, and we all can be shitty sometimes. We are all human beings. First of all, we are all human beings, and only way to finding your self-worth and love is to find the dark side. What is and actually go in front of the mirror and say that, tell yourself, what is there, that you don't actually like? What is there that you know that is something that you need to work on? Is there something deep down that you keep treating other people the way you know that you should not be treating them, or your family members, or, well, yourself as well? But to actually find those things, you have to be very freaking honest. And it's not easy to be honest with yourself. To be honest with yourself is to be honest with it's easier to be honest with yourself if you have somebody to talk to and tell them how you see things. And this is not like what I used to do. Every once in a while, very, very rarely, But I used to be, no, you know, I'm still right. I didn't mean it that way. You still trying to hurt me. No. It was me hurting myself. And it was reflecting back as the other person saying something or pointing out the dark side in me that needs to be lifted up, needs to be taken out, needs to be looked at, needs to be worked at. And it's a hard freaking thing to find yourself a person or friends or family members, new, old, anybody that can tell you the real stuff. And since I've been quite a bit in the, I love that, James, inhale the good shit, exhale the bullshit. Amen, brother. What I was thinking something. I don't know, well, it doesn't matter. But anyway, it's you have to go to the darkness to be able to see the light. And that's the thing. You have to figure out what are the things that you need to get rid of to be able to look in your own eyes and tell yourself that I love you, Mike, or I love whoever you are. And it's not easy. That matter, talking to yourself is not easy either. Like, it's sometimes the hardest thing, whatever you need to tell yourself about. So that's one thing about love, self-love. People talk about self-love, and it's like all these books and all these seminars and everything is about that how can you learn to love yourself. Well, I've learned something, definitely not everything, but I know that to be able to be comfortable is to just acknowledge these things, what's there. So what else is love? Love is like so many things. It's like, I mean, like I say, all the, you know, the nature and the animals and all the beings other than human beings are showing us the love in its purest form, like all the time. So they are there to teach us. If you want to learn about love and self-love, be with the dog. And I always use this example, you know, I say that when I had my dogs and I came home, have you seen a difference with animals since you made the change of self-love, and are they more? Yes, I've definitely seen that. I can talk about that too. But well, I came from the travels, and somebody was taking care of my dogs, and I walk in and I'm, you know, been eating and having the time of my life on a vacation. When I used to have vacations, now I don't have vacations. My life is like a vacation. It's like we work a lot, but that's like the subject from before that. It's just a word. Anyway, the dogs didn't look at me like, Michael, you have gained weight. You have to really go and have your hair cut. You can't wear PJs when you go outside or something. You show me a dog that is looking himself in the mirror and asking, do I look good enough? Do I have my fur combed? Do I have my ears in the correct position or whatever? I don't look good. I can't go outside. There is not one dog or any animal that matter that is looking at themselves that way. So we can learn a ton. We can learn a ton from them. It's like they're our biggest teachers. You know, if you want to learn about being present and being in love, you just look at the tree. There's a tree outside the window where I'm sitting right here, and I'm looking at the tree, and it's like perfectly peacefully there. Doesn't have to show off, doesn't have to do anything, just be. And it's the purest form of love that there is. And so for me it's a huge source of love and a huge source of learning and being with them and being in their presence. And any time we've had this urge to have an animal. It's not possible right now since we are flying all over the place constantly, but at some point we will. And Claudia asked about how animals have received me and how they look at me since I have found this new kind of way of being and living and self-love and happiness. And I think people that know me have known me for a while. They can see the difference since 10 years since today. And people that knew me 2 years ago can definitely see the difference. There's a huge difference between already happened in 1 year. So anyway, animals, they look at you differently. Since they know, they look at you and they know. People's, I glow. I know that I glow actually. We act. We are actresses and actors, and we play roles when we come here. Actually, it's meant to be. That's the way it's meant to be. Otherwise, we can't grow. We can't self-grow. We can't see the growth in others if we don't play. We have made, I believe, in my opinion, we have made contract before we come here. Who are our family members? Who are the friends? Who's we gonna be in a relationship with? Who are our greatest teachers, and so on and so forth. And yeah, so that change that have happened in me is affecting everything. It's affecting my business, it's affecting my personal life, it's affecting my work, which is to talk with animals. The messages have gone deeper. They come easier. And when I meet animals, they look at me differently since they see our energy and they see our they see our aura and our energy field, and they feel it. And we can't play same kind of roles with them that we do with other people. Since we are not that sensitive that animals are, it is so crazy that like cats especially, they really know how to see us and how they see our energy. Well, there's an example. I had a client that had this cat for like 10 years, and she connected with me and said, I don't know what happened with, I came home and the cat attacked me, and it's never done that before ever. And I did a communication with the cat, and the cat said that I did not recognize who the person was. It was just black, dark energy. So this was one example for me to actually see and hear it from the cat, that how they really see and feel our energy before we even enter the room. When we come close, they really actually they see. I believe that they also, besides feeling as an emotion or sensitively physically feeling, they actually see in like their physical eyes. They see us, and they see the grid, and they see the whole our whole being. And since my own energy field is changed so much, well, of course, other people can feel it, but they don't really know what they're feeling. They don't really know what is it that is changed. But like, say, a horse or a cat, they know immediately that, it's much, my energy is much calmer, it's much smoother, and it's like, it's more loving, and it's more, how would I say, outward. My energy goes outwards. Before, I had one big issue that I had was that I could be in a place with other people or animals that matter, and I immediately, people see, or they saw me there, but I like kind of spaced out. And when I spaced out, I was in my own head with my own stress, with my own negative emotions and things and worries and more worries and anxiety and everything, and I was just there and I wasn't present. There wasn't nothing really that I could give to any other people, because I was then teaching or speaking in front of an audience, or other than that, it's different. That was always something that I always loved, and I loved doing that, and those were the little glimpses when I could turn off the noise, all the worry, stress noise that was always playing in the background. And now it's like, when that noise quiets down, which doesn't necessarily mean that the things always that you were worried before, those things not necessarily disappear. So you have to understand that the things in your life, they still exist. Say, when you come out, well, this is a good example. When you come out from a plant medicine retreat, say you go to Rhythmia, you do plant medicine retreat, you come out and you feel amazing. Like I felt amazing, 100%. Like anxiety's gone, I'm breathing, I don't have panic attacks, and everything's opened up. I can see, I can feel, everything is like, I'm loving everyone and everything. And like I said that, used the example, if you can love the pencil as much as you love the other person or anything, it's like amazing. You come to your own life, the things in your life are still there. The physical things, people, your bills, your food in the refrigerator, they're still there. And all these things that, you've been shown and you need to maybe change, and you've been shown what you need to change and how you can change them. But still, it's you that have to actually physically do the changes. And this is the thing. Okay, we don't even have to talk about plant medicine, which is an amazing subject. You read a book that tells you about spiritual growth and how you can change things in your life, and you read and you're very hyped up for 5 minutes, and you're like, oh my God, I know this, I know how I need to do the change, woohoo, I'm gonna do exactly what this and this author did to change their life. Yeah, it's good that you have the information here now, but you still have to walk to the steps, baby steps, or bigger steps to actually do the change. You can't get healthy by any kind of miracle if you don't do the changes. I came back home without panic attack and without my anxiety. And the thing that happened, my physical being tried hard to go back to the old behavior. the old shitty eating maybe, and old cravings and all this and all that. I talk to you guys a lot about drinking beer, and I haven't had a beer for like 2 years now, or alcohol that matter. I might drink a glass of wine every once in a while, like every 3 months maybe now, and I don't even think about it. But coming out, there's this thing. Yeah, like now, we are here gathered, nice group of people. Friday night, let's have a beer. You can't have that beer. You have to not do the things that you used to doing. You can't get healthy by thinking what you should do. You actually have to do that. And that's biggest form of self-love. Respect the freaking vessel that you've been given to travel this earthly, trip that you're doing here as a fellow human to other fellow humans. To be able to love yourself, you can't love your ears and leave the rest of it out. Or, I really love my nose, but I hate the rest of it. And since then, I've lost 20 kilos of weight, 40 pounds, just because of everything's to do with everything. You have to love and respect yourself first, and then show the example to other people. And that to me is one of the biggest forms of what is love. And everything that you guys say about love, everything is exactly true. There's not, whatever you say about love, there is no wrong answer, since it is everything. And I don't think, in my opinion, that you can honestly love somebody truly, deeply, with not holding back nothing before you accept yourself. And to me, it's been shown in my past that it doesn't matter who you're with if the shitty person comes out always in the end. Therefore, I started to think that, holy shit, there's something seriously wrong with me that I need to look into and go to the darkness and find out what is in you. What is in you? Let's say, okay, you want to be healthy, but you're craving the crappy food, and the crappy food is taking the lead in your life, and you think, okay, today still I'm gonna eat candy, and I'm gonna drink a bottle of wine and just chill and eat chips. What is in you that you don't love? What in you is the thing that you don't love? What inside of you is the thing that you don't love, that you have to do that to yourself? That's a good question. That's a good question. And everybody's just silently watching. Guys, what is love to you? What does it mean to you guys? I know that it's like hard to type when you're watching the live feed and the whole screen and all that. So, but anyway, you can type afterwards. It's very important. It is the most important thing that you can do is to find that place inside of you, and the dark stuff, the real shitski that you need to look at and you need to take care of and love. That's very, very, very hard to find. It's those things are, they are like hiding. They are hiding inside of us. And sometimes we do things to, well, I talk about sometimes drinking. If you do it every once in a while, who cares? But if you do it all the time, that matters. But there are people that do sports. You overdo sports because to quiet your mind and you have to go for a run every day. Not because there's balance. You might love it, but you might also feel that you have to do it. That it's like, I can't give myself respect or rest before I've done it. There's also that. So give yourself some slack too. That's a huge thing. To be merciful to yourself. Just, give yourself some slack. And if you feel shitty and you don't find that place of calmness or whatever, just sit down and give yourself some space. When I have my emotional stuff happening, since I'm going through a menopause also, as we speak this time, probably gonna go on a couple years more, and so my emotions go like wee, up and down. So my best person here, Ingela, she says that, why don't you go and take a walk and don't say anything before you calm down. So it's good for, give yourself some ease up. It's not that serious as well. So there's all this time in the world, and when we die, we're gonna end up in eternal love anyway. We're gonna be perfectly in a perfect place after that. So we don't have to worry about what's gonna happen in the end. And so not like it's this talking about self-love and talking about these things and love in general. It's not something that you do like, today I do this and this and this and this and this, and it doesn't mean that you can't ever slack and you can't ever eat chips and drink wine and all that. It's part of life. It's what we do as a human beings. But to recognize if that's something that you're punishing yourself with, or that's something that you are doing because you don't feel the self-worth. If you're doing it to enjoy and sit around friends and have company and chit chat and so it's a completely different thing. Then it's like you have these things in balance. So that's life is about balance. Also, it's everything's gonna work out. By the way, wherever you're at in your life and in your journey, and wherever in the world, location-wise, doesn't matter. We are all connected by the forces stronger and bigger we can ever imagine, and everything's gonna be okay. Always. Anyways. And James says, I believe if you embrace and follow the guidance of your quiet soul's voice, you will understand love. And I believe that as well. This is an amazing surfer guy that I met last March. I met him in Rhythmia. And with this, I want to say that I love you, and I really mean it. It's not a cliche. And now I see come online my sister, also from United States, Sherry. I want to say hi, girl. We miss you. We want to go back to the paradise with you. And everybody, wherever you are, I really, truly love you, and I appreciate you watching and listening and this all talk about love, and it's this is something that I really also love. I love talking. I love talking to you. I love talking to Ingela. Sometimes she tells me to just be quiet and listen the mind inwards, and it's not that easy, but also recommend it. And have a happy Friday. Some of you guys still have morning. Some of us here in the other side of the world, we have evening coming up, and the evening sun is going down, and wherever you are, enjoy. And Ingela there, she says love to everybody, and she's sending kisses and hugs and everything, and I will talk to you soon. Bye guys.